Hello everybody, welcome back to the Draft to Glory save with Austin FC. We are in Texas and we are potentially the most inconsistent team in the whole of America. Let's go and have a look to see how we've got on since that first episode of the season, which was pretty rubbish. First up, we invited Seattle to Texas and we actually destroyed them. Odoriso assisting a goal for Gonzalez, his first goal for the club, a tap-in from inside a yard. Seattle did actually get back into the game with a header from Yamazaki, and these highlights are going unbelievably quickly, aren't they? Let's slow them down a little bit. Gonzalez gave it to Whitehead on the edge of the box, moved it onto Wolf, onto Swarcek, and the right or centre-back scored an absolute banger of a goal, placed into the top corner, and we had one more to give. A good interception from Dyack. He fed Dawson on the right-hand side, ran all the way to the byline. Lovely cut-back cross, and Dyack was there to finish. 4-1. I got it wrong, that was 3. This is 4-1. Dyack on the edge of the box into Burton, and Burton sticks it past the goalkeeper. 4-1 Austin. We actually had an away game to New England, which we lost 2-0, but after that we invited Atlanta to Texas as well. We went 1-0 up through Gonzalez again. He seems to love a tap-in. It's lovely. It was counted. 1-0 to Austin. But this game turned out to be one for the ages. An absolute outstanding game. It had everything. Goals, red cards, free kicks, penalties, yellow cards, everything you want and need in a game of football, it had it. That goal there made it 1-1. We went down the other end and made it 2-1. Dawson with a lovely ball through to Gonzalez, who this time scored a very good legitimate goal, not just a tap-in. That was 2-1 to Austin. We made it 3-1. Williams came through, cross was blocked. Odoriso picked up the loose ball, cut it low into the area. Great turn from Burton, laid it back to Williams, and he stuck it past the near post to make it 3-1. Then we headed into the second half. At the start of the second half, Miranchuk came down the right-hand side, cut a ball back to the edge of the area. It was flicked on and Holgrove was unmarked, and he fired it past Marriott in goal. 3-2. As the second half progressed on, though, it was all Atlanta who had it in their going. It was Miranchuk in again, moved it on to Hernandez. Hernandez got into the box, square ball to Rubio, fired past Marriott. 3-3, and we're only 5 minutes into the second half. We did then take the lead. Wolf on the edge of the box found Dawson. Dawson bundled his way through two players. I'm not too sure how he did it. Cut it across goal, deflected into the net. 4-3. We then got Odoriso sent off, and that changed the game, because a minute later, Miranchuk put a corner to the edge of the box. It was walked into the area, deflection into the path of Gregerson, and that is 4-4. Next up, a 3-0 home win against the Vancouver Whitecaps. Dawson dinked it to the back post. It was headed away, but not brilliantly. Burton kept it alive, and Gutierrez, with one hell of a finish from the edge of the box, made it 1-0 inside 3 minutes to Austin. Dawson took a corner, found it in towards the back post. A lovely header down from Ido, got his first goal for the club, and then we wrapped it up with 2 minutes to go. Gonzalez laid it off to Dawson on the right. Dawson ran forward at pace, got to his favourite area, cut the ball across, and Gonzalez was there to finish. We went away to LA to take on the Galaxy, and even though we dominated this game, had more chances, and missed a penalty, we came away with a 3-0 loss. Milodovic is just unbelievably good at this level. A lovely left-footed finish got his first of the game. They then pulled out this short corner routine as Gabriel Peck dinked it into the box, and he was there again. 2-0 to LA right at the start of the second half. And then the third and final go, Bravo was given a bit too much space. We had pushed forward to try and get back into it, dinked it into space for Ledesma. Ledesma was there and fired it past the keeper. A 3-0 loss, and we were by far the better team, as you will see in the stats after the game. 16 shots for us, 7 on target, 10 for them, 4 on target. They scored 3 goals with an XG of 1.28. We didn't score any with an XG of 2.55. Brilliant. We had a loss to Chicago and a win in the US Cup, but the final game we're going to show here is a astounding win against DC United. This was Williams coming to the forefront. He got the first with a close range left-footed finish. Odoriso then laid it right to Idoa, the centre-back, put in a lovely ball to find Burton, who fired it home to make it 2-0 to Austin. Into the second half we go, and the goals just carried on coming. Trulio ran down the left-hand side, dinked it into space. Odoriso was there. He cut the ball across goal, and Williams got his second of the game. not bad for being captain on the day as well. DC United did get one back into it as Kudi Petro swung a ball in and Christian Benteke, of all people, scored a header. But late on in the second half, we wrapped it up and got our fourth of the game. Sorchek put it down the line to Dawson. Dawson, again, running into space, using his pace, low cross in, bouncing around, and Gonzalez was there to finish it off. And that is everything up to date. We've not played too many games. We've got to this point where we're taking on Inter Miami at home, and then we're going to be playing at Houston in the US Cup fourth round. So we did win in the US Cup third round. A very heavily rotated team saw us pick all the players from the B team, and we came away with a 3-2 win after they got a man sent off. Little Rock aren't a real... they're a real team. They're not in the MLS. They are in a lower standard of American football. So the B team have got a bit of work to do. We had a 2-1 loss to Chicago that I brushed over as well. A pretty close game, but they just stepped up and got the win. We put Pal Sleds in goal as the backup goalkeeper for this one. Didn't do very well. We lost a 2-0 to New England as well. We rotated the team a little bit, but generally we do have a set team, and New England were just better than us on the day. So top goal scorer at the moment, Juan Pablo Gonzalez. Our new drafted striker is doing very, very well. Loves a little close range finish. As we saw in the highlights, that's how he gets most of his goals. But his acceleration and his pace, his good off the ball, is getting him into very good positions where our wingers and midfielders can find him. And it's working a treat, just as I get the hiccups. But next in the line is Ben Williams with 3, and he got 2 in one game. So we're really not sharing the goals around. This is a system designed to get the most out of the striker, and at the moment, that is what he's doing. Assist-wise, 5 up there for Connor Dawson. Absolutely superb. We've batted away lots of trade offers for him from Charlotte, from LA, from New York. And he, at the moment, seems very happy to stay with us, which is absolutely awesome. Probably our best draftee ever in this save after 2 drafts, which I think is reasonably good. At highest average rating, it's Connor Dawson up there. A surprising entrant, though, with 1 start and 2 sub-appearances this year, is Mauricio Diac, who's someone I'm potentially looking at giving a bit more game time to. He can play as a shadow striker, which is good. We could also use him up front in an advanced forward or target forward role, which is what we started to do at the beginning of last year, which is pretty good. And then Odoriso, so the 2 wingers are getting involved quite a lot. On the right with Dawson, on the left with Odoriso, they are producing and playing very well, which is great to see in our system. And yeah, it's going. The season is going very well. Financially, we're in a great position. MLS clubs do generally have quite a lot of money because they've got quite rich owners. They're all founded. They have to go through lots of stringent tests to prove they've got lots of money and stuff like that. I am asking the board every time possible to improve a lot of things, but they're generally not doing it. So there's not too much we can really do. I could ask for a sports scientist, but do I need one? Not really. So we touched on the B team because they got called up to play the US Cup, which we're probably not going to do in the next round against Houston, but they are playing reasonably well, and they're doing okay. They're training okay. There's improvements going on for a number of the players, which is good to see. And if we just flick through a few of them here, you'll see what's going on. Generally, most people are improving by playing in the B team and getting a bit more football. We do have some that just generally aren't very good. I mean, Balinat Leve, I think we drafted him purely because he's Hungarian. And there was a few people like that in the B team who are just there to definitely fill numbers. I mean, we've got a Nigerian, Abdul Aziz Mahaman, who, to be fair to him, isn't actually a terrible player. But there's a few down here that are doing that. So we're just going to see who improves, who develops, and who we can potentially bring up into the senior team next season. Because I do think we're going to have to start thinking about how we utilise some of the players we have to get better draft picks and things like that. And I think as players start to reach their potential, especially our generation Adidas players, we're probably going to get a little bit of interest from Europe. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And of course, Saudi Arabia is there as well. So yeah, we've got some good players down here in the B team, and we just need to make sure they're not completely flatlining in development, because eventually, or maybe, they will have to jump up to the senior team and see how they get on. But yeah, some good development, some players doing reasonably well, and we'll keep an eye on them throughout the save. And that does bring us to our first game of the season, where we the episode. Sorry, we're taking on Leo Messi-less into Miami. Leo Messi has now retired. Luis Suarez is still there, but their key player is actually 22-year-old Argentinian centre-back Thomas Aviles. And I don't know if anyone has ever actually looked at this guy in game, but I reckon you could get a bit of a steal on your hands. If you're a European club in a top division, but not at the top level, like if you're probably someone like a Fulham, maybe a Leicester and things like that, I think you could get this guy for a good bit of relatively cheap, and I think he will develop and do very, very well for you. But he is Inter Miami's key player, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Luis Suarez is still there and cannot run. Acceleration 6, pace 7. His physicals are dreadful, but mentally and technically he is very, very good. So we do have to still keep an eye on him. And their captain at the moment is Leo Cho, 26-year-old Brazilian. Looks pretty useful, but I wouldn't say they're like stand out better than us as a squad. So I'm expecting a relatively close game. So let's get into it and we'll see how we get on. Okay then, here we go at Austin, Texas. In Austin, Texas, we are lining up in our 4-3-2-1 Christmas tree shape. And if you want to see this in action somewhere else, come and follow me over on stream on YouTube or stream on Twitch, where we're doing a Gibraltar save, trying to take Europa Point FC to the top of European football and win the Champions League with them. It's proving to be quite fun. We're just getting to the end of the first season. So yeah, you can catch up with that on YouTube or come and watch it live on stream. That completely made me miss the Inter Miami team. 4-3-3. They've got Redondo, who I absolutely adore, in central midfield, and Luis Suarez is starting up front. And because Luis Suarez is so slow, he is so slow, I think we're going to do everything we can to push and just stop the... He's not going to run in behind, is he? He really should not run in behind us as a defence. So if we see that happen, something's up with the game. But we are going to try and push on. 15 minutes gone, 0-0, no highlights. Brilliant. Half an hour gone, no highlights. I should have also said we've brought in Dyak into attacking midfield because Williams has got an injury. So let me just change this. As Leo Cho actually has a bit of pace, and he's got in behind us. And Leo Cho, that is a dreadful, dreadful finish. Let's just speed the highlights up a little bit because we're in the game. But that's the first highlight we've had, and that is an absolutely dreadful finish from Leo Cho. Kojima playing it out from the back into Frey for Inter Miami. Up it goes. Can we get there? No, we can't. Gressel looks for Leo Cho, but Sandoval reads it. Pereira starting in central midfield on his own. Odoriso into Gonzalez. What a save from Kojima. I think he was offside. He was offside, which is a little bit of a shame. But we're going to go again. We've got another highlight. Frey into Redondo. Fernando Redondo goes up to Farias. Farias on the right-hand side runs forward into Redondo, but Pereira tackles him well. Back to Farias. Another great challenge from Pereira. Odoriso keeps the ball and goes back to Whitehead. We're just going to see if we can sort of pass our way round into Miami here. Gutierrez has drifted wide up to Odoriso. A little bit isolated out there. Redondo puts a foot in, but we win it back. Diallo, who is definitely drafted last season, is now our starting left back as Pereira loses the ball, and the numbers in midfield are going to work against us here. And Suarez is in, and Luis Suarez scores. There wasn't too much about his pace there, was it? It was more just around the counter. We lost the ball in central midfield where we only have one player, and yeah, we were paid. We paid the price, didn't we? Leo Cho ran forward into Allen, into Suarez, and yeah, he's not quick, but he is still quite skillful. 1-0 Miami. Free kick. Danny Pereira over it. He has scored some good free kicks this season, or last season. Can he get another one here? He's taking his time. He's weighing it up. Kojima's left a bit of space on the left-hand side of his goal. And Pereira does shoot that side. It's a good save from Kojima. And we will have a corner just before the end of the half. Odoriso is on it. Swings it in towards Ido. And it's, Suarez with some composure there to volley that back to his keeper. And it's cleared away. I think that's going to be half-time. It is. 5 shots for us, 6 for them. They're not really doing very much. They've just taken that one chance they have. So I'm going to say time to dig in and make this count, and then we're going to tell everyone that I believe in them and they've got ability to make it work. Gonzalez, I think I might try something here. Dyak up front. Gonzalez is going to come off to replace by Mika Burton, and we're going to go shadow striker on attack, target forward on attack, so he can drop in and help. That's the plan. This is the plan. We're gonna focus a bit more on that build-up play and get the target forward involved, and we'll see how we do. They are playing very narrow, and this is obviously a system which is very susceptible to narrow playing systems. If you think they've got an inverted wide wing back and an inverted fullback all tucking in, it's going to be, yeah, let's see. Well, this second half has absolutely flown by with nothing happening. 20 minutes to go. Diallo is absolutely shattered, so Tom Cerner can come on for him. The old Diak plan hasn't really worked, but I've sort of committed to it now because he basically has to stay on the pitch. Fitness-wise, everyone was okay other than Diallo. So ratings-wise, Sandoval could come off, but no one really on the bench to replace him. Danny Pereira on a 6.6 will bring on David Jones. Gutierrez not playing brilliantly. Odoriso not playing brilliantly. Well, actually, Odoriso is playing well at 7.2. Who was that? Oh, it was Micah Burton not playing brilliant. Connor Dawson on a 6, but let's give Connor Dawson a rest. We'll bring Roberto Carlos on. And there's not much else we can do. I've got Logan Mallet on the bench. Yeah, let's do Logan Mallet. We've not really seen too much of Logan Mallet because of injuries and setbacks and things like that. So live on camera, we've not actually seen too much of him. 15 minutes to go. Corner. Odoriso on it. It's going to be a nice little in-swinger towards Idaho. Come on! The big centre-back gets a goal. And that makes it 1-1. And he is a big, big boy up from the back. He's very difficult to mark. He's a physical presence. And he sticks his head on this one. It's a great header. There was potentially Logan Mallet getting in the way of Kojima there, but it didn't happen. And that is 1-1. Oh, Cerner with a throw. Please tell me we're going to nick a win here. Cerner, the left-back, into Jones. Whitehead. Into Sandoval. Sandoval comes forward. There's a bit of space in front of him. He actually gets it back, and he's still going, Sandoval. Back heel to find Roberto Carlos. Ido into Jones. Jones, shot from range. Good save from Kojima. Gore, he pulled out a big save, the keeper there. We are all over him in the final 10 minutes. Odoriso with a corner. Can he find Ido again? He's put it in. It's not the best corner. Sandoval's there. Burton, is that foul? Referee says no, and it's cleared away. 5 minutes of time added on. We've not really seen too much of Mallet up there in this game since he came on, but it is a 1-1 draw, which I don't think is too bad. If you're judging it on reputation, then coming back from a goal down against Inter Miami is always good. So with no real news of note, we are going straight into the game against Houston in the next round of the Cup. The only bit of note we did get, news we did get really, was that Selvin Trulio has been improving fantastically in the last 3 months as a footballer. So we can take that away. He is apparently improving very, very well, which is good. And he loves big matches and is very consistent. So not a bad player to be developing. Okay, US Cup, and we've made a couple of changes. Jones comes in, Williams is back from injury, Mallet starts up front, and Trulio, with his fantastic development in the last 3 months, starts at left back. They're lining up in a 4-2-3-1. Didn't bother to check who their key player was. Houston are quite good, but they can be quite temperamental. They're pretty similar to us. They've got a decent squad, but results are a bit all over the place. 25 minutes in, nothing is happening. We've had 3 shots, all of them on target, but none of them have been highlight worthy. We've got a bowling ball as a match ball. I swear I fixed this on this and the Gibraltar save, but that's a good save from Marriott. But yeah, we're playing with a bowling ball, and it's very difficult to see. So I think we're going to do the classic and go into 2D, and we'll be watching this one in 2D and 3D replays where we try and see what's happening to the ball in those cutscenes. We'll see. Ido with the ball at the back into Jones. Up it goes to Gutierrez. Gutierrez out to Dawson. And we do flood people forward in this system, and Mallet's there, and it couldn't quite put it away. Wakahara claimed the ball well. Oh. Okay, half-time. We have been by far and away the better team. An XG of 1.31. We've restricted them to an XG of 0.08. So we are doing very well. So I'm going to point the finger, and I'm going to say it doesn't reflect the pattern of play. We're on top. Keep it going. And I think we're going to be okay. Obviously, Logan Mallet having our best chance up front, but missing it, putting it straight into the hands of the Houston goalkeeper. Here is Palencia, Ibrahim. We're trying to put a bit of pressure there. Down the line to Palencia again. Palencia cuts it back, and Shambost. Obviously, I said they've done nothing in the first half. An XG of 0.08, so it's 1-0 Houston. Brilliant. Let's watch the replay. Ibrahim, Gutierrez got a foot in, but couldn't do too much with it. It went down the line to Palencia. Palencia took a touch. We could have closed him down there, but Shambost was unmarked. It took a slight deflection, but I think it was going in anyway. Okay, changes are needed. 56 minutes gone. Logan Mallet not in the game at all. Gonzalez on to replace him. Ben Williams struggling on his return from injury. He will go to be replaced by Burton, who we're going to drop to an attacking midfielder on attack rather than a shadow striker. I'm tempted to also push Dawson a bit higher, which I think we're going to do. Gutierrez is going to come off for Roberto Carlos. Dawson's going to move, and we're going to play it like that. So Dawson's going to try and use his pace to support Gonzalez up front. 6.5 for Ido at the back, not playing brilliantly. Let's bring on Diallo's a little bit tired. Let's bring on Sorchak. Let's bring on Sorchak for Ido. And it leaves us with one future sub if we need it. But we need something to get back into this game. 1-0 down. We're going to go attacking as well and see what we can do. As Houston have the ball again. Rosero back to Conrad. Into Eldelman is what I was trying to say. Palencia. Good pressure from Odoriso, but we can't quite win the ball back. Rosero back to Conrad. Into Elderman. Good challenge from Burton. Dawson comes forward. Holds onto the ball. Into Odoriso. Odoriso scores 1-1. And that is what we needed. Connor Dawson was there to get the assist. We've pushed him up into that higher attacking midfield spot. And that has got us the goal. Conrad tried to play it short from the back. Elderman was robbed. Dawson picked up the loose ball and just fed this one through to Odoriso. Could have gone into Gonzalez, but picked the left winger as his man to pass to. 1-1. Half an hour to go. Right, we're getting into the final 10 minutes here. We have absolutely dominated this game. We've had all the match momentum. We've had all the more XGs. Trulio hits the bar with a corner from a corner. Oh, he deserved a goal there for his 3-month improvement. But I mean, yeah, look at this match momentum. We're absolutely dominating the game in terms of where it's being played and how much possession we've got. In it goes to Dawson again. Turn, shot, deflected and in. It was deflected off Rosero. Connor Dawson won't mind. He'll claim that one. 4 minutes to go. And Connor Dawson puts us 2-1 up. Let's see how it looked with an all-out grey bowling ball. As Jones played a quick one too. It was then Sandoval into Dawson. Huge deflection around the goalkeeper. And that gives Austin the lead 2-1. They've just changed to a wing-back system, so as long as they don't score from this, I know exactly what changes I've got to make. But Balic is into Powell. Powell's their shot. They have scored from it, because that's how Football Manager does stuff, doesn't it? Doesn't give you enough time to actually react to the changes they've just made. But it was a good goal. It was a good goal. So they're sticking with the wing-back system, right? So let's just stop their wing-backs from playing, because that's all they're going to have. So tackle hard, weaker foot, trigger press, and tackle hard, weaker foot, and trigger press on this side as well. Don't let their wing backs get any sort of time or possession on the ball, and that should stop that formation from working. Odoriso into Burton. Looked like he was fouled. Referee says play on as Korlaski goes into Powell. Obviously our changes haven't kicked in yet, which is why their wing backs are getting quite a lot of space. Go and tackle him and kick him really hard. Escobar puts a good cross in. Ibrahim trying to get under it. Balic is there. Balic shoots. Marriott with a good save. And with 5 minutes of time added on, we're a little bit under pressure here, aren't we? Let's drop back down to positive. We'll yell some encouragement at the players as well, as Balic is taking his time with this corner. We don't see the corner. I'm not too disappointed about that. Okay, final 2 minutes. Corner for Austin. Odoriso back post. Trulio over the bar. We do mix up the short and or the front post and back post corner routines, but yeah, we've been the better team. We just need to make this count. So it's time for everyone to dig in. Just everybody dig in. Who have we got tired legs? David Jones off. Daniel Pereira can come on for him. Odoriso's tired as well. Diallo we probably will do for Joe Whitehead, and then we'll put Trulio at centre back. So we're going to use all of our substitutes that we had left. We're going to go out there and try and get this game by the bull of the horns. Corner again. Odoriso swings it in. Trulio with a header. It's 2. Is it 2 for Trulio? Or have I just made that up? It's 3-2 to Austin anyway. But it's another header from Trulio. As I said, we mix up our corner routines, and he gets on the end of that one completely unmarked. Whoever that was doing a marking job on him was absolutely terrible. But 3-2 Austin in extra time. Half time in extra time. We're not going to mess around straight into the second half. We've actually got a kick-off highlight from half time as well. Into Sandoval. Up to Roberto Carlos. Back to Sorchak. Sorchak, who I quite like. I'd like to give a bit more game time to Sorchak, to be honest. Dawson, ball through. Gonzalez picks it up. Burton, back to Diallo. Diallo comes forward down the left. He's a very attacking fullback for us. Into Odoriso. Can he dig out across? He does. Back post is beaten. Roberto Carlos deflected and in. Roberto Carlos Larrea gets his first goal for the club. It's another huge deflection. Houston will be so annoyed by conceding 2 deflected goals in this one. But great work from Diallo on the left. Odoriso just managed to sort of dig out across, didn't he? It was semi-headed away. But Roberto Carlos toe poked to volley. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. And time is ticking down. I think with a 2-goal lead, we've now done enough for this one. And it is full time. Austin 4, Houston 2. We are marching on to the next round of the US Cup, which is absolutely lovely. And with that win, we're going to be playing San Antonio, who again are in a lower level of football than the MLS. So hopefully we can get through that one as well in the 5th round. Arjen Robben very happy with the outcome of the game, and we are doing very well indeed. It feels like it's going to be a better season. Obviously, it could all go horribly wrong at some point, but we're going to get through a number of games. I just want to come in here and change the view so that we get the spaces in. So we are in the beginning of May at the moment. I think we'll get through the rest of May and potentially come back sometime in June for a little update, an understanding of how it's all been going on, and to see what we're doing. We've got a long road trip there, haven't we? We've got a road trip away from home. So 4 away games. Maybe we come back for the last 2 of that against Toronto and St. Louis. But let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you're really enjoying the series. I am really liking this. It's something different. It's something just it's very different, isn't it? It's different, it's odd. I don't think anyone else has ever done this before. It's adding a little element to it as well, and I'm trying different things with the editing. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comments as well. Leave a like if you enjoy it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.